Hey everybody, welcome to a bonus episode of Reaction Shots. First of all, I forgot to do shout-outs at the end. Shout-out of the last episode, the other episode that came out today. So shout-out to Elthanis, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, Caleb Togi Crawford, Will Schmuck, and Mr. One Luigi. Thank you so much. They are in the shout-out tier on our Patreon. This episode is just a quick little bonus episode, and I'm going to walk back on what I said at the beginning of the other episode for this month, that we were going to ignore the Oscars. The winners were interesting and surprising to me, so I thought we should talk about them real quick.
I liked it.
There were a few. You actually watched the Oscars, right? I missed the actual show.
Okay.
Because I was playing a weird little like Civ space game that was
Jolly.
Best short documentary was Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone,
Looked
which
so
sounds
intense.
interesting. Yeah,
It looked intense as hell.
Seen that. Best sound editing went to Ford v Ferrari.
Great sound.
Makeup and hair went to Bombshell.
All of them looked really good. Looked really good.
Everyone looked like their character.
Yeah.
Film editing was Ford v Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem like it fits?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Or is it a Dunkirk situation where it was like most editing?
Yeah, because I think Once Upon a Time and Irishman, I thought to make such long movies so coherent and entertaining and feel easy breezy to me at least.
Keep the pace up.
Is awesome, but Ford v Ferrari is a long movie and that thing flew by. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Live action short, The Neighbor's Window one, which sounds cool. I haven't seen any of the shorts. They're playing them at the theaters. Maybe not anymore, but hopefully. Hair Love won Best Animated. I've heard about that one. Yeah. Production design was Once Upon a Time, which totally makes sense.
I stood up before this and I was like, please.
That might have been my favorite aspect of that movie, honestly. Oh. Just like how in that period it felt. It was, really, really good.
Yes.
Costume design went to Little Women.
Yes.
They love period stuff. I haven't seen Little Women yet.
Yeah.
I keep getting Little Women. I keep trying to go see it. I've tried like 6 times, no joke, to go see this. I've even been like, I'm just gonna go alone.
Yeah.
And then like things keep coming up to prevent me from seeing Little Women. Yeah. It's so weird.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. I got time. Best visual effects went to 1917.
Yes, obviously I'm pulling for Endgame here, but 1917 is like my favorite movie that year.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, like, what I like about this win is that it isn't the sort of traditional VFX winner like Endgame. This one is like, set replacement stuff, hiding edits, corpses, pretty wild.
Totally.
Best sound mixing went to 1917. Pretty easy guess.
The
there,
music,
probably.
dude, the music and like just when they're going through and you hear like the sound and everything.
The war sounds. And
gosh,
our boy Roger Deakins.
Yeah, that's another one.
1917.
That's another one I stood up for. I was like, if Deakins, I'm like announcing to my family, if Deakins loses, we're turning it off.
Yeah. To me, best cinematography had to be between 1917 and Lighthouse. And like, it's the Oscars, Yeah. It's not really rocket science. It's more of an ad most of the time. They're going to go 1917 on that, I think. Best original song, I'm Gonna Love Me Again by Elton John.
Cool. I really liked the one from Harriet. Cynthia Erivo sang it. It was really good. I really like that song.
Oh, cool.
I haven't seen Harriet.
Yeah. I heard weird things about it. Taika Waititi won Best Adapted.
Shocked.
What did you think should have won?
I wanted Little Women for this.
Okay.
I really Greta Gerwig got snubbed on directing, and she didn't take this. JoJo's phenomenal, but I don't want to get too much into Little Women, but we'll talk about maybe that after you see Little Women.
Yeah.
We'll have a little.
I gotta see Little.
We'll circle back to that one.
We'll circle back next month.
Yeah.
Best documentary, American Factory. I saw billboards for that.
Is that Netflix?
I don't know.
I think it might be Netflix.
I'm lacking on my documentary knowledge this year. And then here we begin the sweep. Parasite wins Best Original Screenplay and Best Foreign Language Film. Toy Story wins Best Animated Feature, which, I mean,
I'd only seen that. I had no idea that was
Yeah.
finally the third How to Train Your Dragon came out last year.
Oh, really?
The third one, and the first one was like 2010.
I had an ex-girlfriend who was obsessed with How to Train Your Dragon, and we watched it, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't even know if I saw the second one.
I don't think I ever saw the second one. Music went to Joker, which, sure, fine.
A phenomenal music.
Best Director went to Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. Very cool. Laura Dern took home supporting.
Dern!
Yeah, dude. I haven't seen Marriage Story yet because it seems depressing.
All the acting
But I
ones
love
are
me
a lot.
some Laura Dern.
Heck yeah.
Renee Zellweger won for Best Actress for a movie I had not even heard of.
Judy, yeah. Well, it's funny because the hype leading into this was that she's phenomenal, and there's always these cases like Meryl Streep was in that one, maybe The Iron Lady.
Yeah.
And it's like you always expect these movies to be terrible.
The biopics.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, just see it for acting, but then like the word around it was like, yeah, Judy's not as bad as it should be. Like the movie's fine.
Sounds
See
like
it
an
for
Oscar
her.
nominee to me.
Yeah.
Best Supporting Actor went to Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time, which seems pretty reasonable.
Feels great.
How does
great.
Tom Hanks supporting actor in Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? I never saw Beautiful Day. Is he not like the main?
He's not the main, yeah.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
It's about that dumb reporter? Huh. Best Actor went to Joaquin Phoenix. This one I'm bummed about because I think Antonio really did an amazing job. Leonardo, nah. Adam Driver, I've heard.
So good in that.
He's great in Once Upon a Time, but it wasn't
so
like,
good.
didn't
Yeah.
like blow my mind. Joaquin, this is the most not best award.
Yeah,
Most,
this one is
most acting.
This is gonna be talked about for a while, I think. Again, though, it helps the legacy of this one because he didn't beat anything phenomenal, like
Too,
Adam Driver in Marriage
insane.
Story is great.
Yeah.
So great. So is Leo, like you were talking about.
Well, Antonio
And I'm sure
Banderas. Well, in Pain and Glory, he's so subtle, and subtlety doesn't always win Oscars for Best Actor.
Yeah. There's no I can't believe he beat that person.
Right.
I feel like we're not there.
Yeah. Well, that's 2019, and Best Picture went to Parasite, which is amazing. I'm thrilled. First foreign language film to win Best Picture, apparently.
Wild.
Ever.
Because I love 1917 so much. I wanted I love when director and picture split.
Yeah.
Because Bong Joon-ho got 4, right? Which is so tied
And
for
he
the
won Best Foreign Language.
yeah, tied for the record. So maybe switch one of
Wait,
those.
tied for the record.
For Walt Disney got 4 in one night. Bong Joon-ho got 4 in one night. Tied for the most of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
So
insane.
wait,
It's crazy.
So no one person was on. Remember when Lord of the Rings won 11 in one night?
Yeah, I think Jackson
no
might have
one
only won
person was.
3 that night.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
I didn't hear that stat. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Dude, the reason I found out about it was because after the Oscars, when they're doing the man on the street talking to people, they saw him at one of the parties, and they were like, "Yeah, do you know that you just tied the record tonight against Walt Disney for 4?" And he just goes, 4 record? Disney? 4? It's amazing. If you can find that.
Bong Joon-ho,
He was
dude.
just what?
He's the purest man. All the gifs of him just smiling at his Oscar and making them kiss and stuff. I'm just what a beautiful human being.
So good.
I love him. Yeah, so pretty cool. Actually, some surprises in there. Parasite winning so much really floored me. You
Yeah.
expect it to be
1917, because it
or
won
whatever. Yeah.
1917 won 60, or the winner of the SAGs or the BAFTA, or one of those has gone on to win 90% of the time. So everyone was just dude, 1917's winning.
Yeah.
But it's nope.
Yeah.
They didn't.
And I think they got it right in this case. I think Parasite is the best picture probably of last year.
So
It
I
wasn't
think
maybe my favorite of last year. But
yes, Ian, I want to talk about this. I want to get your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because for me, 1917 is a timeless classic that can be watched anytime. Watch it 10 years from now. It's not a moment in time. Whereas Parasite does feel like a moment in time. 2019 commentary, best picture. Do you agree with that, or?
I agree and I disagree, kind of. Like, when you see 1917, the impact won't be affected. I think that the messages of Parasite are pretty far-ranging, though. Like, class commentary doesn't go out of style and probably won't go out of style. But I think both of them are movies that I don't need to watch again anytime soon, you know? Like, they're both pretty intense. But, yeah, I don't know. I think that both of them would be just as powerful, someone seeing them 10 years from now for the first time. Maybe, but I don't know. Yeah,
I just hope 1917 doesn't disappear into obscurity because it didn't really win, you know?
I think 1917 has a risk of that. I think 1917 can get written off for being a gimmick.
A gimmick war movie. A gimmick war movie, yeah.
Like when the one long take gimmick, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm really, really, really happy I didn't see any ads really for 1917 because I had heard someone say something about Roger Deakins and a long take. So I just thought, when I was in there, I was like, oh, okay, this first shot is the long shot.
Got it.
Because like I'd forgotten that sort of what I didn't know that it was like a Birdman like fake one take movie.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad I didn't know that because to me it didn't read like a gimmick because I hadn't been sold on it.
Well, to me, Birdman is a gimmick because there's no point to it being one take in my mind. Whereas 1917 is like, we're on this mission, let's go.
Yeah. Birdman, like, I could see them wanting it to lend immediacy to the narrative, but yeah, it jumps forward through time. Like, you know, 1917 is by and large, you know, not real time. Like, you know, it fades to black at one point, but like, you know why they're doing it. And like the mission and the story is like, you've got X amount of time. Yeah. You know? So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So many awesome movies, Ian. That's why I was just, like when I was watching, I was just with my family, and just it's such a great Oscars when I'm just like a category comes up, and I'm like, anyone. Yeah, anyone here, sure.
Well, it's funny. It's funny though, and this is the thing I wanted to come back around to, because in our last episode, Films of the Decade, you talked about 2019 being one of your favorite years, whereas I thought 2019 was a little lackluster.
Endgame helps.
Yeah, okay, all right.
We start at Endgame.
And then
you start bringing all these other ones in.
Shores it up. Sure. Well, that makes sense. Well, anyway, I just thought, since I was so amazed that Parasite took home so many Oscars, and I like the Oscars, I just think that they've like strayed away from artistic integrity a few too many times for me to take them all that seriously.
Some politics involved, definitely.
A lot of campaigning involved, blah, blah, blah. But whatever. I mean, it is an ad, and it is just to be fun, and, you know, so, like, why not have fun with it? But still very surprised Parasite won so many, and I'm pretty thrilled.
Wild.
Bummer that Lighthouse didn't get anything. Acting roles, I think it got snubbed. But
supporting actor was really heavy.
Yeah.
Really heavy. Yeah. So, because I mean, even Sam Rockwell and JoJo didn't get nominated, and I thought he was amazing as a supporting actor.
He was really good. Yeah, he was really good in that. All right. Well, thanks, Hubert. Thanks, everybody. Again, shout out Elthanis, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, Caleb Togi Crawford, Will Schmuck, and Mr. One Luigi. I'm sorry I forgot to do that in a real episode, but this is a bonus episode coming out on the same day, so hopefully it makes up for it. We'll see you again next month for one episode, probably, of Reaction Shots.